welcome back to Books and Beauty. I felt like a chosen one, okay, this past Friday, because when I got off work, I got the email that your girl got an advanced reader copy of Between Commitment and Betrayal by Shain Rose. And I just posted my February reading recap. It's hella fucking late, but it's up. But I read 3 of Shain Rose's books last month. I read Inevitable, Corrupted Chaos, and Fractured Freedom. Last year, I read Reverie. She has become one of my favorite authors because when I tell you all of these books are top tier, so I was excited to read this. Do you hear me? So let me just go in and read the blurb real quick. Okay. My father's business partner will do anything for the empire they built together, even marry me. Declan Hardy, all-American heartthrob and retired NFL billionaire, is my complete opposite. He's commanding where I'm cooperative, spontaneous while I am deliberate, loud when I stay quiet. The only thing we have in common is that both our names are on my father's will. He'll inherit the fitness and hospitality empire, and I'll keep the one thing I hold dear, as long as I marry him, with conditions. 1 year of fake marriage, 1 year of living together, 1 year of pretending I belong in his luxury lifestyle. But stipulations are never that simple, especially when I can't tell if his kisses are fake or if I'm pretending when I kiss him back. And as more conditions arise, it's clear there's a fine line between commitment and betrayal, and neither of us knows where that line falls. Babe. First of all, I stayed up until 2 a.m. reading this book. So I finished it last night. But yeah, I'm giving it 5 stars. I have no complaints. I'm giving it 5 stars. Listen, I don't even know where to start. Lately I've been obsessing with the billionaire romance stories. So that was perfect. Love it. I just really started getting into the marriage of convenience thing. It's so good. It's so good. I don't know. Look, all I'm gonna say is read it. I'm about to discuss it. So if you do not want spoilers, please leave. Please leave now. That is your one and only chance. Okay, boom. First of all, if you read Corrupted Chaos, which I have a review video for that I need to post, but if you read Corrupted Chaos by Shain Rose, listen, Cade Armanelli is bae. Out of the 4 books that I read by Shain Rose, the men, if I had to rank them, Cade is number 1. Cade is at the top. I'm in love with that man. Declan, babe, Declan is fighting for that spot up there. I love him. Whew, listen. The possessiveness, the spice, the dirty talk had me blushing. And I bookmarked so many fucking things in here. I don't even know where I'm going. Where am I going? Because, where is it? Because this. She's standing there asking for more, and he said, no, you want it? Then shut the fuck up and take my cock like the good girl you are, baby. Take it exactly how you want it. Sir, I beg your fucking pardon. Just all of the spice. All of the spice was top tier. Just yeah, no. Let's start with the beginning though, for real. Her dad. I really didn't know how to feel about her dad because, you know, she's saying like he wasn't around after her parents got divorced, even though she wanted him to be. And I guess after he didn't really try, you know, she gave up trying too. And it was after some shit went down in her hometown that she's like, well, her mom was like, oh, well, you know, maybe you should take him up on his offer and, you know, excuse me, and go down there, you know, just start fresh, start new, work for him at the gym, you know, just start fresh, blah, blah, blah. And I really didn't see anything wrong with it. I got the vibe that he actually did care about her. It was just, why would you be married to someone? was Melinda the stepmom's name? Why would you be married to someone who basically forced you to not have a relationship with your daughter, but it's like adamant that her 2 kids from a previous marriage are your kids? Like, you're basically like forcing him to act like he doesn't even have his biological child. Like, fuck Melinda and fuck, what is her name? Anastasia? Fuck them. Okay? Fuck them completely and wholly. Because I didn't know. It's clear as day, because in the blurb it talks about her dad's will. We know he dies. I wasn't expecting it to happen so soon in the way that it happened, because I was like, oh shit. But when that happened, I felt so bad because I was like, she'd only been there for a few months. Like, her and her dad really didn't get that much time together. And then her and her mom didn't really get to like mourn completely the way that they should have, because Melinda and Anastasia are like, oh, that's not your dad. You don't even have his last name. Didn't even let her speak at the funeral. Like, it was just a whole lot of bullshit. That shit pissed me clean the fuck off. But the will, the will was shenanigans. Because it's like, why would you do that? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other ways he could have gone about it. Because it's like, what made her dad think that her past was going to come out? Was it the fact that the situation back home was coming to a head because the guy had a probation hearing coming up? But like, she was all the way in Florida, not Wisconsin. So it's like, how was he expecting that news to come to the light? Was it just the fact that her being around? I guess. I don't know. That's weird. But no, the stipulations is mad wild. Like, oh, you guys have to get married, stay married for a year in order to, you know, keep everything. Literally everything. Him including her mom's yoga studio in their home. I feel like that was crossing the line. But I guess he wanted to make sure that she actually went through with it. But that was the little raggedy dad. That was raggedy. I already knew Declan was gonna go for it. Like, I love books where it's like the guys from the get-go, they already know what the fuck they want. Like, period. It's just shenanigans though, because I totally get Everly, like, looking at him like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, why are you just so... The fact that it had to be immediate and they couldn't even think about it really, it literally just had to be yes or no in that moment. She had the ordained minister right outside in the hallway. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. I want to lie and say I wouldn't know what to do in that situation, but if I picture Declan how I picture Declan and him being who he is, especially after he done got me off in the car that one time, yes. We gotta stay married for a year? Yes, absolutely. Let's do it. Where do I sign? Basically, yes. Really quick. Or no, can I get to that part yet? I don't know. I do want to say that I loved all of the cameos from Declan's family. I loved seeing Cade. I love Cade. I love Cade and Declan's relationship because they act like they literally just cannot stand each other. But Declan stayed hitting Cade up like, hey, listen, I need this information. I need this favor. I need you to do this for me. I loved their relationship and I loved seeing Cade. Period. And of course, I can't say that. Okay. I don't even know where to start. Like, I will say that Everly was pissing me off a lot because I get that she didn't want to be forced into doing anything, but it's like when the other stipulation came into play, like Declan is just like, is it really that bad? Like with me, is it really that bad? And it's like, girl, why are you fighting it so much? This is before the other stipulation came into play. It was just like, is Wes really that fine? Is Wes really all that you feel like you should still be like trying to date him when you're legally married to someone else? First of all, that's just messy. But especially in their world, like being celebrities and well known, like that's just messy. But Anastasia didn't care. Piper didn't care. Fuck Piper too. I didn't like her because that's just awkward. That's awkward. Like you had an off and on thing with Declan. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Anastasia. I'm gonna call her Anna. Anna is supposed to be your friend, but you're fine with her and Declan getting together. And first of all, that being in the will is some bullshit too. How are you gonna say, oh, well, if you don't want to do it, then in order for this to happen, Declan has to marry Anastasia. What? That alone right there would have had me doing shit, because absolutely not. I do not approve of that. If I'm gonna do one thing, it's gonna be inconvenience to that woman, and she is not about to get married to this man. No, absolutely not. It's so funny because I wasn't like, it crossed my mind, but I was like, no, I don't think that would happen. So like when they were like, oh, at the 3-month mark, we have to read the other stipulation that's in the will. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what it was, because I'm like, well, what else could it be? And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, well, her dad seemed like he might have been an asshole because he done forced these fools to be married for a year. He got all this crap laid out in his will. Would he make them have a child together? Yes. And that was the stipulation. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. 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 Excuse me. I will say, I thought the night of the charity gala, I thought that that would have been the night that she ended up pregnant. First of all, I thought that would have been the night that Declan told her that he loved her. And he told her the opposite, and I wanted to fight. I might have cried. I might have cried. Just a couple of tears. Because that hurt my feelings. Like, why wouldn't you just tell her the truth? Why wouldn't you just tell her the truth? Why do y'all always have to make things so complicated? That stressed me out. That hurt my feelings. Yeah, no. That hurt my feelings. I really thought that he was gonna tell her that he loved her. But she pissed me off when, like, however many days later it was, and he's like, oh, I'm outside waiting for you to go to work. And she's like, yeah, no, Claire's gonna take me. And he's like, fine, I'll sit out here until she gets here. And she messages Claire and she's like, hey, can I get a ride to work? And Claire's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And she's like, well, hey, can you bring Anastasia with you so her and Declan can talk? I was pissed. I was livid because why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like, I was on Declan's side because what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Yeah, no, I really wanted, I don't know. Miss Shain Rose, like, I love your men. I love your men. But these ladies, I be wanting to slap them up a little bit sometimes because they be stressing me out. And it'd be so unnecessary. Like, girl, you could have just gotten the car and left. So why did you have to tell... That pissed me off. Yeah, no, that pissed me off. Declan gives me Cade vibes. And it's, I thought it was hilarious that he was counting the number of times that she did not listen to him or didn't let him help her. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Because I was confused at first. I was like, why is he counting? And I was like, ooh. Listen. Yeah, no. Another moment I wanted to slap Everly was when this is... Wait. I'm trying to remember when this happened. Because... Wait. When did that happen? Oh, okay. I had to remember when that happened. Okay, so when they were in his office, this is after she was sparring with Dominic, and Declan threw a whole fit. Babe, listen. Woo! He threw a whole fucking fit. But when they were in the office, and he is just yelling out this declaration of how in love with her he is. And she's saying, like, you can't fucking say that to me. Girl, what? Like, he's laying all that shit out, and she's what, not believing it? I'm like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, she was just, it'd be so funny to me because, like, the ladies, they just be so adamant that this relationship can't work and we're not meant to be. And then even when the guy does give this declaration, she's like, I don't believe you. No, it's still not gonna work. Girl, I will fucking fight you. Like, can you not? Her finding out that she was pregnant, first of all, I can understand her shock. Especially when the fact that, like, she was actually pregnant before she even took out the birth control. Okay, several things going on here, because I understand Declan being worried and cautious regarding her health when the doctor was going through the side effects of the birth control. But sir, you don't have a right to tell her to take it out. Like, you can't just force her to do that. Like, that was just, I did want to punch him in the face for that. You know, she ended up doing it anyways because I guess she said it was her choice, but whatever. But no, I can understand her shock finding out that at the very first doctor's appointment, like, well, this is like what, a couple months later anyways, but finding out that she was pregnant before she even took birth control out, a heart attack. I would have had a heart attack. Because what? I feel like they was being reckless anyways, because these people be being reckless. It's always, baby, are you on birth control? Yes. Shit's gonna pop off. I really wanted to fight her though because her immediate thought was, I vowed never to tell him. I vowed to raise my child in love, and I knew forcing Declan to stay in this marriage wasn't what either of us wanted. How can you think that when literally this man just told you how in love with you he was? He just told you how in love with you he was. How do you come to the conclusion that you're not even going to tell him about the child? What? The fact that she didn't even tell him about Andy, the fact that she sent him a message either, like when he got out on probation, why didn't she, like, she was stressing me out. She was stressing me the fuck out. Like, babe. The letter that Declan the letter that Declan was gonna have the papers print everywhere, like, whew, I was not prepared. I was not prepared. I love me some Declan, baby. The fact that she, wait, so no. Wait. I'm trying to remember the timeline. Why didn't she tell him that night that she was pregnant? Shenanigans. I thought it was hilarious that the very next morning, after she agreed to give him a second chance, that he demolished the fucking guest house And she's like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you tearing down my house? He's like, no, this is your house. Like, girl, bye. Shenanigans. These possessive guys, they be wildin'. I did want to punch Declan in the face because when the doctor's office called and was like, oh, congratulations on the pregnancy. And he's like, what did you just congratulate me on? And they're like, oh, the baby, did she not tell you? He was an asshole for asking if it was even his. Well, I guess I could see his frustration because she kept insinuating that like her and Wes were a thing, or had something going on. So like I could understand that, but you can't, come on. You got a lot of nerve considering you've been seen out here with Anastasia a lot recently. And I love the fact that she was like, oh, well, how about we get a paternity test for you and an STD test for me, because I don't know what the fuck you been out here doing. So I like that comeback, because I'm like, you got a lot of nerve, bitch. You got a lot of nerve. But he was rude for that. Andy. Yo, no, really quick. We need to talk about Izzy, because here's the thing. I liked Izzy in Corrupted Chaos. Izzy is Declan's, his sister, one of his younger sisters. Yo. I feel like Izzy being with Cade is it's rubbing off terribly, because even he doesn't just, toss out information the way she was tossing out information. Girl, boundaries. If you want to snoop, that's fine, but you don't have to announce shit to everybody. Like, damn, girl. She had no boundaries. Why are you hacking hospital records or medical records? Why are you hacking medical records? You are nothing but Cade all over again. And worse, you're worse than Cade. You are worse than Cade. Like, I love Izzy, but girl, how you gonna just go in the group chat and say, hey, we're having another niece or nephew, guys? And everybody's like, what? Lila, you knocked up again? And Cade is like, yeah, nah. My wife has no self-control and is hacking medical records. Girl, what? She's stressing me out. Izzy was stressing me out because I'm like, girl, you and Cade, y'all are a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, no. Andy. So, okay, we find out that Andy was Everly's boyfriend back in her hometown, and he assaulted her and her best friend. And when Everly reports it, he gets arrested, but her friend doesn't want to testify against him. Things happen to other women, and none of them actually wanted to, like they contacted her to, give their support, but they didn't want to come right out and, tell their stories against him. And so he gets out, and she finds out from her former friend back home that that he's been asking around about her. He's trying to figure out where she is, even though it's obvious where the fuck she is because she's married to an NFL player or ex-NFL player. And she's working down at their place down in Florida, in Miami. So first of all, like I said, I'm pissed that she sent that text to Andy basically telling him like, hey, if you're looking for me, you know where I'm at. First of all, why would you do that? Second of all, why wouldn't you tell Declan? These women be asking for trouble sometimes. Like, girl. Andy shows up at the gym. And it's so funny because when I was getting like, I'm at 90, where we at? I need to talk about that too, but let me talk about this first. I was in the 90s percentage of completion. And I was concerned at first because I'm like, it's not a lot of time left in this book. Are we gonna get to the Andy situation? And we did. But Andy shows up at the gym and Everly leaves with him. And she says it's because, like, I guess the cameras. But girl, what? Why would you? That was just reckless to me. Yes, she can hold her own, absolutely. But girl, that was just reckless. Granted, Declan showed up like less than 10 minutes later after they get to the house. But still. And it was just so funny to me because Declan had no hesitation. And he was like, she's like, what are you doing? Where are you taking him? Because he's dragging his ass out the back of the house. He's like, oh, I'm about to kill him. He's like, you don't have to come out here and see this. Or if you want to, you can. But I'd rather you not. Like, and when she went outside, I really thought she would have just been like, and that's because Kate said something to Declan about him being like them, like being like the Armanellis. And I was like, is he really gonna kill somebody? I really don't want you to have that like on your record, sir. Can you not do that? You have the Cade. I mean, you have the Armanellis if you need them done. And he did end up calling Cade. Again, hilarious because he was calling this man a lot. But he did end up calling Cade like, yeah, I need a favor. And Cade already knew what was going on. He was like, yeah, I saw him walk in the gym. First of all, what? And he's like, yeah, and then I realized, you was doing like over 100 on the freeway to get to the crib. He's like, I figured you had it, but what do you need? Is he dead? He's like, I don't feel like cleaning up your mess. Cade is hilarious. But I really thought that Declan was just gonna say fuck it and kill that man. I would have been okay with it. But Everly was not okay with it. Even though she said she had thought about it. Like, she considered it. But she was just like, yeah, nah. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. And then after the fact, when he was in jail and Cade asked Everly, like, if you want, we can get him taken care of inside prison. Like, do you want to do that? And Declan was trying to get her to say yes. And she's like, yeah, nah. He's in prison. Let him stay there. You better than me. That man would have been dead. But this was fucking hilarious. When Kate and Declan were talking, Kate is like, yeah, I would have killed Andy. And Declan's like, right, well, I'm not an Armanelli. And Kate is like, no, you're a Hardy, but I have a feeling you'll be a lot like an Armanelli soon enough. And said, anyway, congrats on the kid. After Declan asked if he's going to be a godfather to the twins, and Kate is like, if I'm godfather to yours, Y'all are so cute. But it was just shenanigans. This right here was shenanigans because one of the stipulations was like, oh, if Everly and Declan, if they end up, getting divorced before the year is up or whatever, like if they don't go along with the stipulations in the will, then the shares were going to go to this real estate company called Stone Arm. And nobody could they couldn't find out like any information really regarding that company. They couldn't find any information on it. Girl. Girl. Kate said, did it even matter like about the getting the shares or whatever? Like, let me go up. Kate was like, how's that Will treating you? Carl, that's Everly's dad. Carl finished fucking you over. And he's like, I guess so. Not that it matters at this point. Because at this point, he already has the shares secured. He already has the yoga studio secured. He has all this secured. He took care of all of that, when he told Everly that he didn't love her. He took care of all of that. He wanted all of that shit out of the way so that when he went to her to ask her that second chance, he didn't want that will hanging over them. He wanted them to, he wanted everything to be for real, to be genuine. But Kate is like, did it ever matter? You still would have gotten the shares. And he said, I own half of Stone Arm. The Stonewoods own the other half. I would have just given them to you had you asked. And it's like, y'all some raggedy bastards. And he says, you're welcome for the baby and wife, dumbass. What? I will say that I'm happy that she actually got pregnant before that stipulation came into play, because I feel like she would have felt some type of way regarding the baby. Like, I know she would have loved it regardless, but I feel like she probably would have felt some type of way because she was adamant that she wanted the baby to be born out of love. And at the time she didn't think, she felt like it was that would have been forced. But her being pregnant before that even happened, I'm happy that happened. But it's just, how are you saying you're welcome for the baby and the wife? You're welcome for the baby and the wife. I don't know. That putting a baby into the situation, Carl is just an asshole. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you even put that stipulation in there? Like, I know Carl was adamant he didn't want her with West or anybody who was a Cobra, I think. But sir, you doing the most. That's highly unnecessary. Like, come on. Come on. Unnecessary, okay? Shenanigans. Is that everything that I want to talk about? Why did I bookmark this? Yeah, no, I think that's everything that I need to talk about. I think I love this book. This is definitely going to be one of the ones that I reread. It's Declan. It's Declan. He gives me Cade vibes. He gives me Cade vibes. He gives me Cade vibes. I feel like that's why I love him. I'm ready for the next story, Dom and Clara, baby, I'm here for it. I am ready. I'm ready. Like, these men, there's still two other books I need to read. I need to read Shattered Vows, and I need to read Thrive. Those two I still have to read. But like these men, girl, these men. I, I have no other words. This book was amazing. Again, 5 stars. I will be rereading it because it's just that fucking good. It's, I need to go. I need to go because this book will keep me in a book hangover if I let it. I need to go. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully, I can get these other reviews posted up this week because I have to post Corrupted Chaos by Shain Rose because Kate Armanelli. They. And then there's a couple other ones that I want to post. So hopefully I can get that done. But again, honestly, read anything by Shain Rose at this point. Read anything by her because I'm obsessed. So thank you. Thank you, Shain Rose, because I love your books. They're amazing. But I'm going to go now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the book. If you haven't read it and you decided to watch all of this because you're reckless, read it. If you already read it, read it again. I'm going to go. Okay, bye.